Hello everybody, welcome back. Some Borderlands. Picking up where we left off, we're still in the zombie DLC. Do not remember the name of it. Oh wait. Oh nice, it does open up now. Cool. As you can see, I am actually missing some money because I bought the bank upgrades for the Underdome. Why? I don't know. Why not? So yeah, I figured we'd do this pack one because I did do the first couple rounds of the Brains quest for I think it was 10 and 25. So the current one that I have is for 50. And I've got a few into it because I was going to do it and then I just didn't manage to get it done in time. Okay, there we go. There we are. So this has taken us back to the hospital. So I figured it would be a good one because we could do this, grab the brains of the stuff as we go through, and then also I should check my inventory to see what I have. Okay. And then go and turn in that one and get the next one, which I do believe is for 100. So since the last part, I have done I've completed the lesser challenges in the Underdome. And I've done the first of the larger challenges. 3 fucking hours it took me to do that. 100 waves is way too much. Now, I say 3 hours. There were times of me not doing anything. But even with that, I'm still going to call it 3 hours because it was like it was a little bit before 9. I don't know exactly how much. It wasn't very much before 9 though. I don't think that I started it, and then it was yeah, I'm just going to ignore these fucking worthless things. And then it was like quarter after midnight when I finally finished it. It takes so long. And it's not like it takes so long because it's hard or anything. Also, I don't feel bad at all anymore. Like, I thought maybe since I was cheesing it with a lower level character hosting it that I might feel bad about doing it. I don't. It's way too long, and it's pretty much guaranteed on a couple of the random rolls that I got that I was dead. Like, the one there, it was later in it, so they all had like boosts to their damage and whatnot already. And then the modifiers that it gave me was the one that increases both my speed and the enemies. And then it also gave the boost that increases the enemies' speed, which means they were at double speed, doing increased damage. And it was a horde wave full of melee characters that already almost one-shot you if they're your level. So yeah, there was basically 0 chance that I was surviving that. Although I did learn, as it turns out, that if you go to Firestone and before you actually get the quest to talk to Zed, right? It's right at the beginning. Claptrap like, oh yeah, we're here to save everyone. And then like you're supposed to open up Zed's shop and talk to him. If before that actually pops, like when you first get there, if you just immediately go to the fast travel station and travel away, it actually won't save where you are. Like, it won't load you there. Because, like, I was using the, like, I was just using a second account that I got. Or that I made, I can't even remember why I made it. I made it to do something else in co-op. Oh, it may have actually been just to get the other co-op achievements in this game, come to think of it. And, I, just made a new character so that, you know, they would be level 1. And that the enemies would be as low as possible. And, when I went to load it up again, because, you know, I went in, I did it, I completed the lesser versions of each of the whatchamacallits. And then when I went back in to do it last night to do the larger challenge, I had to run through the entire beginning area again. Because I needed to have that same character. Well, I figured I needed to have that same character loaded. Because I was like, oh, if I used a different character, you know, like, I'm assuming, I assumed that the host had to complete the mission for the lesser challenges in order for the larger ones to open up. I was right, as it turns out. As long as somebody completes it, it's fine. Because, like, we did the one on, in that part. And obviously the secondary account was not present for that, so did not count as having finished it. But even then, you know, made the secondary account, still was like, alright, well, fuck it, I'm still just gonna do the two that Lilith hasn't done yet, at least, so that I can, like, complete the quest and get the skill point before having to replay, as far as I knew, the one we did on the stream with the second, or with the lower level account present. But after we did those two, I went and turned it in as Lilith, and it was like, yeah, alright, the other guy completed it too. And the funniest part about that is, because it was just like a level 1, I think it's Brick. Because I don't know why, I just chose Brick. Turning in that quest turned it in for Brick as well. So not only did Brick get a skill point at level 1, he also leveled up to 4. So he's now level, or no, I think he leveled up actually past that. Either way, he got like a huge boost and just like leveled up super fast, like just way far past it.
I'm really good at this.
Okay, now that just keeps saying that I received a zombie brain. Is it? Oh, fuck, I did get enough. Alrighty, damn it. I wasn't paying attention. I probably wasted so much time there. Getting just nothing, basically. So let's go and do this quest, because I don't want to, I mean, I kind of want to go and turn in the brains quest so that, you know, I still have a use for picking them up, but at the same time, we're already here, and that's like all the way over in another. If it was in this zone, I would 100% go and do it, but the fact that it isn't in this zone, there's just like, no. I'm just not going to. Alright, I can probably survive this.
Let's see what we've
But
got.
yeah, it was such a long night because I wanted to go to bed too. I was like I was like halfway through it and I was like, I am so tired and want to go to bed. And like I wasn't even that tired when I started doing it, but it's just like, it's just so boring. Hey, what up, father? Is that? Yeah, it is. Alright. Anyway. Oh, no, I'm just gonna trust that probably enough money will drop to load me up. But yeah, I don't understand people who like that DLC. I mean, it's probably, I guess, different if you have other people, like if you're playing with other people, but I don't know what the hell they were thinking making it. Oh, is this actual? Oh, look at that, raft. Making it 100 waves, like that's just ridiculous. And it's like 100 waves, right? But the 5 waves, they're the same every time. You have the starter wave, you have the gun wave, you have the badass wave, and you have the horde wave. The starter wave is always first, the badass wave is always fourth, and I want to say that the gun wave is second, with the horde wave being third. That I'm not, and then obviously wave 5 is the boss wave. But those two, they may change. Because I feel like those two changed. If somebody were to tell me they didn't, I would believe them. Because I'm not 100% sure. You would think that after doing it that as long as I did there last night that I would know this, but that I would know whether or not it changed, but just didn't care enough to pay attention. Oh, here's another one. Who's this one? Oh, Red Jack.
That's it.
Oh, fire bullets against werewolves. Seems like a easy bet to make. Okay, so then the other guy must be over here then. Yeah, he's gotta be. Who's left anyway? Bigfoot. Like actual Bigfoot or just a dude named Bigfoot? Because that'd be a twist. Oh. I'm assuming you're Bigfoot? Yeah. Really? That one. I don't know where the rest are, but let's just...
Well, it acts
There
its
you go.
job.
That elemental damage is huge. Oh, and also you may have noticed I did level up, and obviously I got the extra skill point, so now our spark here is maxed out. And I'm not actually sure what I want to do next. Killing enemy reduces. I don't use phase walk enough for any or melee damage for any of these to really be worthwhile. Same with that. I mean, I'm over leveled at this point, so like having resistance to stuff isn't really necessary. Corrosive. Okay, don't do melee attacks though. Increases your movement speed and experience. Yeah, I'm not worried about that either. If I was, I would have got it. I would have worried about that first. Your phase blast can daze enemies, don't care. Melee attacks can daze. Decrease the cooldown. Each bullet fires a chance to daze enemies. I mean, either, I guess resilience then. I mean, there's not really anything else that I really care about getting. I mean, arguably, I don't even care about getting those, so. But yeah, the one I did too was the gully, which was the last one we did, or which was the last one I did in the lesser challenges, and it's such a big map. Like, it's such a pain in the ass. Because it's just so, like, it's got like 3 levels to it, and they're really spread out. So I was like, in a wave and I'd have to run around and find the guys. Like the one we did, Helburbia. That one wasn't too bad. It was pretty tightly condensed. I mean, like everything was fairly close together. The enemies were generally within view, no matter where you were. I don't think I pick anything up. Just those. And yeah, it wasn't too bad, but the gully is just so bad. The second one I did, the Angelic Ruins, it also wasn't too horrible. Because it was a pretty big area, but it was still like, I guess, relatively flat, you know? So it wasn't too bad. Yeah, how are you going to get to me now? Yeah, that's right, you're all the way up there. God, you found a way, didn't you? Man, this guy sucks at this. I hate these things. They're so fucking annoying. Alright. Get over there. I am not going to bother to kill anything as I go, because why would I? We'll just use this time to regen our bullets. Also, apparently the vending machines at the Underdome are supposed to be leveled, but I guess because I'm still not in playthrough 2.5, as they call it, it's still just based off of story progression, the vending machines, even though the actual enemies are purely level based, or yeah, purely level scaled to you. Oh fuck, I don't even remember how to get there. Right. Because apparently that's something people love about that DLC, is that the vending machines there are actually scaled to your level. Which means that, like, based on what I read, that DLC, the only thing people in a general playthrough of Borderlands use it for is the vending machines, because they're scaled to your level, and the bank that's there is apparently like the only things that anybody really uses it for. Because it seems like it seems like a consensus basically that that DLC kind of blows chunks, and that it's way too long and boring, which, well, as you know, I fully agree with. I mean, five waves per round is way too much. They should have just had it one wave per round, have more variety in the rounds, and they still could have. Because even then, you throw a boss wave in every 5 rounds. During the 100 rounds, I repeated a lot of bosses during that.
Brains.
Gave him a bunch of brains, and then he coughs up an item. Which I didn't realize when I was doing this before. So, like, when I gave him the second set of brains, I was looking at something else there for a minute, and then, like, when I turned around, there was just items on the floor. Oh, a corrosive artifact. Well, I mean, that makes sense, but
Brain soup.
I can't do any more corrosive, or I can't use any more artifacts, so. Alright, so now I need 100 more brains. But let's head to the lumber. Well, let's go turn this in first. And you know what? Actually, I was going to say, like, alright, well, I guess we can clear these guys out while we're here. You know what, though? I'm not going to. technically a waste because, you know, obviously there's a bunch of them here. There's like 30 plus of them here, I would say. So it's kind of a waste not to use them. But I want to continue with the story. These, I don't know. The DLCs are fine, but for some reason they just did like weird go fuck yourself things within them. Like in this one in the Claptrap, and I'm assuming that there's something in the Nox DLC as well. Like these collection quests are really just go fuck yourself quests, because if you pick up more than you need, you don't actually get credit for it. If you pick any up before you get the quest, you don't actually get credit for it. And then you need so fucking many that even if you do it, like even if you pick up the quest immediately and work on it as you play, there's still a decent chance that you're not going to have enough by the end of it. Like, it's honestly ridiculous. And and not in like the good fun Borderlands way of being ridiculous. It's just bad. Which is a shame, because like the DLC itself is fine. I mean, I enjoyed the Claptrap Revolution. This one's good. I don't really care for the zombies, but you know, I play a lot of zombie games, or have played a lot of zombie games, so seeing like zombies doesn't really do a whole lot for me. And they didn't really do anything special with the zombies. I mean, they have like the wereskags, but so I mean, you know, it's fine. It has its funny moments, but that's about it. And then yeah, like the Underdome DLC just blows chunks. Apparently the Nox DLC has like a huge amount of driving, which is kind of shitty, but I don't know. I mean, that's what I read. I'm not saying that it's shitty. I'm saying that other people have said that it's shitty, which I can understand. But I don't know whether or not that applies to like if you're doing it the same way I am, and like, you know, doing every quest, you know. Thanks for that. At least now the wereskags won't kill all the zombies and become a bigger problem. Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay. Now, have we been to the lumber mill? Like, I can't really say that I remember ever being at the lumber mill, but I don't know. I guess we'll see once I get there. And once we get there, I'll start killing again, but I'm still just going to skip past these guys. Because, I'd rather just make it through. Oh, apparently I killed somebody with that. I'm always curious if, like, because obviously that guy died of fire damage. Like, when I did the phase walk, he caught on fire, and then he died afterwards, not from the phase walk blast itself. So I'm always curious if, like, does that count as just killing them with fire, or does that count as killing them with the phase walk? Because, I mean, technically it was the fire that killed them, but it was the fire from the phase walk that killed it. You know? No. Alright, well, let's just stack everything up. And get a good blast in here. And there's still another one. Oh, apparently we can't even go to the lumber mill yet. Well, I guess we need to kind of get there before we know whether or not which one of those we should do first. But yeah, I did level up doing that, not even from turning in the quest. That did a good chunk. It put me almost there, but I completed another challenge, which was, oh, I don't know. think it was just one of the kill ones. Just like, you know, killed a fuck ton of people. Here's a bunch of experience. I think that's the one that I got anyway. That I completed. Because yeah, I really wasn't expecting it. For some reason, I never recall that the challenges are a thing. So when it happened, I was like, but I don't gain experience for. And then I noticed up at the top that it's like, oh, you completed this challenge. Gotcha. Also, that brick character there, he's like level whatever with 0 kills to his name. Has not done anything. Which is impressive. Firefly, mercenary, nope. Alright. Now that we're in a new area, we'll, first, let's see. This is a giant ass city, like, damn. And this is more or less the same area, yeah. Now the question is, the map looks huge, but if it's like this, how much of it is, like, how much is there actually to explore, you know? Another dead dude. It's always weird when you see bodies. Just, that guy had flowers. When you see bodies just kind of sitting there in a zombie scenario, because it's like, why aren't you a zombie yet? Like, what? Like, are you immune and just died instead of turning into one, or what? It's like, why aren't you a zombie? Okay. Yeah, it looks like a lot of this is just blocked off, which is fine. I mean, I don't mind that at all. As long as the paths aren't too shitty. The lance zombie really just barf out a fucking turret.
Yes, feel it.
Somebody hit me? Where? Oh, it's fucking coming from behind, eh? Cheap bastard. You know, I think, depending on if anyone makes it home after or before I finish recording this, I think after I'm done recording this, I might watch Resident Evil 2. I just recently rewatched the first one. Really like those movies, especially the first two. The rest, eh. I mean, they're not bad. But I really like the first two. The first two really have more of a feel for the feel from the games. Just because, like, you know, it's like a contained outbreak, but then number 3, and it's like, oh yeah, the whole world is fucked. And it's like, yeah, but that never happened in the games. It's like the whole point of the games is that they keep having outbreaks because Umbrella's a dickhead. But they, you know, yeah, they keep being contained. And I prefer it that way, because you know what? It's better. Also, this is Old Haven, is it not? More or less? At least, like... Like, I feel like it's more or less Old Haven. Badass tank and snipe. Oh, we've seen this.
I'm really good at this. How disappointing. I didn't even break a sweat.
Nope. But yeah, this is definitely Old Haven. That's right, Gearbox. You didn't think I'd notice. Well, I did. So screw you, haha. One thing about the Resident Evil movies, though, is like the first one, right, was like, yeah, it's kind of Resident Evil, but you know, whole new story and everything. It's like that's fine. You know, theoretically, you could consider it a prequel to the first game, right? And then you know, Resident Evil 2 is more like, all right, but now we're actually bringing in like Jill and Carlos from the games, so it's like, haha. It's like, all right. So clearly, you know, different stuff is happening from the games, but once again, it's fine because it still has the good feel for the games. And then like 3 comes in, and it's like, all right, we're off the games. Everything is fucked. We're no longer like the games. And then they just start like bringing in, because I think 4 is the prison, and they start bringing in like a bunch of references from the games, and then but yeah, they start bringing in things, especially like the zombies from 5 are in there a lot. And then that's in 4. And then like in 5 they still have the zombies from the other games and that, but then they bring in like Ada and Leon and Barry. Like they just bring in like a bunch of people, and it's like, yeah, look, we got the people from the games. And it's like, and then the next movie, it's just like, yeah, never mind. And they're all gone. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, make up your mind. Dr. Ned is behind the zombies. Imagine that.
So, one of my reanimated corpses sorta ate Bill today. And by sorta, I mean he's now crapping his bones in the yard. The good news is he's already paid me rent, and I don't have to listen to him bitch about toenail clippings that totally weren't even mine. Not to mention the popcorn shenanigans. Consider this my solemn promise to begin attempting evil for the sake of profit from this point on. My brother, who isn't even the same as me in disguise, would never support me in this. I hope no one ever finds these logs and incriminates me to my employer, Jacobs, because that would probably set off a whole chain of events where I have to try and kill them with my horrific creations. Oh, well.
Wow.
Testing. This is the first official entry of my, Dr. Ned's Scientific Discovery Journal. My ongoing mission to extend the lives of those who have already passed. We must remain vigilant in our... Bill, are you making popcorn? What did we talk about? Dude, we just talked about this. Where was I? Saving the human race from the stale clinches of death. That sounds like a kicking party. Is that how the kids are saying it, kicking? Anyway, here ends my first official journal entry. I found that despite his infernal popcorn habit, I kind of miss Bill. Frank, the temp that replaced him, just wasn't the same, and definitely had too small a hunchback to suit my taste in assistance. Yeah, he was no Bill. Yep, he was no Bill. Man, I really wish Bill hadn't gotten all masticated by that zombie. Actually, I got an idea. I still have some body parts around here from Frank. Maybe there's something I can do. Greetings, loyal Nedcast viewership. Now in the 3rd week of my clinical trials with corpse reanimation. The skin cells have reacted well to the treatment, but the bodies themselves seem to have uncontrollable hunger. Right now, it seems all they crave is raisins and bran muffins. But I fear with strength applied to the cell reanimation, their hunger will grow much stronger and possibly dangerous. Fear not, I will trudge forward unhindered by the possible destruction of mankind. Am I mad? Probably. But at least I don't make popcorn when people are trying to work.
Okay, so now that's just over there, but this was... Oh, now this is way over there. Oh, because I found one of the infos. What happened to Frank? Got it. Okay, so if that's over there, then this one looks like it's closer. I don't know what the hell that guy is using to make popcorn. Like, he must have like a hot air popper. Because if that's his microwave, he should probably get a new one. Like, that sounded pretty rough. Like, that was really loud. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go off gut instinct here and go around this way. Yeah, this is 100% Old Haven.
Yes, feel it.
I wonder if anybody complained that they reused the map. People like to do that. I don't particularly care in most cases, but like a lot of people like to complain about reusing maps, even if like they reuse the map, but you would never know. Like, I remember when Far Cry Primal came out, one of the complaints people had was like, oh, but it's just the same map from Far Cry 4. And it's like, is it though? Like, it's like, yeah, they like the landscape is similar, is like the same or something, where it's like, oh yeah, this mountain's here. It's like, yeah, they just put stuff over top of the old map. And it's like, okay, but they put stuff over it, right? Okay, just get the shit off of my screen.
Aw, did that hurt?
Okay. Oh, there's a torso there. Alright.
I'm really good at this.
But yeah, like I remember when that came out and everybody, and well, not everybody, very few people were like, oh, but they reused the map from 4. They're so lazy. It's like, did you actually play the fucking game? It was one of those things where you could tell how most people who were saying it hadn't actually bothered to play the game. Because, like, if you played Far Cry 4, which I did, I enjoyed it, it was good, I liked it, and then played Far Cry Primal, like, one after the other. I don't know that I played them one after the other, but, you know, it was probably relatively close together. You're not knowing that, like, you're not seeing that it's the same map. Like, it's so different. Just, like, everything about it basically is different, and it's like, there's no way that you... hate these things. Any game that, like, covers your screen, the developers are assholes. When you do stuff like that doesn't add anything besides annoyance to the player. And it's like, oh, but it adds difficulty. It's like, does it? Or does it just make it impossible to see? Because it either, like right now, does nothing. Because they're too low a level to actually fucking hurt me, really. In which case, all it is an annoyance. Or, if they were the same level as me, it would blind me, I wouldn't be able to see them, and I would probably immediately die from not being able to kill the ones around me. In which case, it's the opposite of pointless. It's fucking an asshole move because it's too powerful. It's called balance, and taking away your player's vision, that there's no way to balance that. And what is this nonsense? He was fucking behind me. How did it get in my eyes? What kind of, like, around the world... Oh, shut up. Like, what kind of around the world vomit did that asshole do?
I'm really good at this.
So many brains.
Aw, did that hurt?
Oh, we're already up to 54. Yeah, the brains definitely... Oh, fuck, I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm just so used to, like, loot everything. The brains, despite needing... And I guess that maybe that's why. Like, the brain... Like, obviously you need to have the headshots in order to get the brains, which theoretically makes it harder.
Dish positioned, or at least close enough. Transmission commencing on 56K connection. Please wait.
God,
Transmission
fucking dial up.
received. Thank you for using our state-of-the-art interstellar science magician to send your message.
Science magician, okay. Okay, that's... Oh, actually, where do I turn that in then? Oh, right here.
The Jacobs Corporation
You sent word to
would like
Jacobs and they have
extend
already
a
responded.
warm and friendly thank you for informing us of Dr. Ned's malfeasance. Money has been wired to your account as a show of gratification. Your nonverbal acceptance of this tender enters you into a contractual obligation as an employee of the Jacobs Corporation, and you now need to return to Jacobs Cove and await further instructions under duress of termination. Like, we'll kill you. We've sent a contact to meet you there. Get moving.
Alright. Okay, wait, where's this that they want me to... Okay. Weird, but whatever. What was I talking about now? Oh, right, the zombie range. So yeah, like, theoretically, right, because you need to get headshots in order to get the brains, I guess they're like, alright, so... There's also a fuck ton of zombies. And then it's like, but you need to get headshots to get it. So theoretically, it should be about as hard as the claptraps, because while you didn't need headshots or critical hits, for the claptraps, there wasn't as many of them because you had all those other enemies, whereas this one here, it's all zombies.
Who's the best evil mad scientist? Yeah, that's right. It's me, Dr. Ned. That's with an N, not a Z. I have created a new Bell. I didn't have time to put them together in a smart and safe way. I just had to try and cram some new pieces, fixes, and patches onto the old Bell. So it turned out that he's not really Bell or Frank. He's more of a Frankenbell. It's a bit of a hack job, but it seems to work, so I say, ship it.
Alright. So there's Frank and Bill. Done, and his severance delivered. So now we'll do this, since that's going to take us back to the cove anyway, apparently. But yeah, so it's kind of weird, because I mean, like, the Claptrap DLC had more or less the same. Like the Claptrap one wouldn't have been nearly as annoying if all of the enemies dropped the Claptrap part. But the fact that only, like, specifically the Claptrap ones, and they weren't... I don't know. I want to say they weren't really the main enemy in that DLC, despite it being named after them and everything, because I feel like you definitely fought a lot more, like, non-Claptrap enemies, you know, like the Skags, the bandit traps and stuff like that, like, but none of them dropped the parts. And, like, if they did, I definitely would have had enough by the end to turn into Tannis, but yeah, I don't know. It also seems like the transfusion
I'm really good
grenades have like specific levels that they can spawn at. And I'm kind of curious what those levels are, because we haven't got a new one in a while. And like the last few that I found have all been like the same level that mine is.
Aw, did that hurt?
So yeah, I don't know what level they are, but I guess it doesn't help that everything's dropping like level 28, like severely lower level than I am. So it's entirely possible that if I went into playthrough 2, I'd pick up a new one pretty quick. I wonder, it's been so long, and I'm sure that I did at least part of a playthrough 2 when I 100%ed this game forever ago, but like I'm just curious if, and I'll probably have to do a playthrough 2 in order to get my level 50 achievement. And I've actually been contemplating starting a playthrough 2 with Lilith. Since I'm already over leveled and nothing here is a challenge anyway.
Be sure to avoid the satellite-marked landing zone. Anything standing in that location will have its face melted off. The Jacobs Corporation would marginally regret if that face was yours.
But yeah, I'm tempted to just start it just to like try and get to level 50.
I'm really good at this.
Because I would like it if we finish the General Knox DLC, go defeat Cromrax as the final boss, and that's also the final achievement. Like that'd be so nice.
Yes, feel it.
Like I would enjoy that quite a bit if we could finish with the final achievement. Shut up! Dude. Stop barfing all over the place.
There apparently was a clerical error, and your ride hasn't been dispatched yet. I'm working to resolve the problem. Sorry about that. Have a nice day.
Not a problem. I need like 30 some more brains anyway. I feel like there's a midget behind me. There we go. I mean, we're getting a lot of brains stacked up here.
I'm really good at this.
Frick, I saw that.
So, funny story. I forgot to fill out TKP request form 3882, so the fleet, get this, wouldn't send out your transportation. I've taken care of that issue. Rides inbound. For real this time.
Okay. That's fine. I still need one more brain. Unfortunately for you guys, though, I now no longer need to aim for the head, which means I can just murder you immediately upon you spawning. So nice to be able to just let loose like that. Yeah, look at that. Like, just cleared them out so quickly. Once I didn't have to worry about aiming for the head. It's ridiculous that we already got the next brains quest completed.
During final descent. See, I told you I'd take care of it.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm here. Okay. No? Man, those zombies were supposed to last a lot longer, weren't they? Oh, look. Yeah, look at that. They do too. Heyo. Oh, upstairs. Okay.
sorry for the way.
Not a problem. You should have started talking sooner, though. I was already pressing the X button. Oh, what is this location? That gate just opened. I mean, could we not... Was this not open before? I mean, I guess not.
Zombie apocalypse. Your satisfaction is very important to us, and thank you for your continuing commitment to making Jacobs number one in customer
Zombie killer!
satisfaction
New
and
missions are
financial
available at
awareness.
the Jacobs Cove bounty board.
Thanks.
You've
Okay.
been most helpful so far. We require very little more of you. A simple premeditated murder, and you'll be on your way. Easy peasy. Dr. Ned has become a liability. Take care of that liability, and we'll clean up the mess and get that mill back to work in order. There's gravy and biscuits in it for you, and by that I mean gobs of money. Take care. Oh, I almost forgot. You'll need this doodad to get the drawbridge to lower. Good luck.
Claptrap from Jacobs is awaiting your round. Jacobs has hired you to take care of Dr. Ned once and for all. You can find him hidden deep in the Jacobs lumber mill, but the zombie impeding bridge near the mill needs to be lowered first. Thank you for reporting the circumstances of his untimely demise and reanimation. Find a power company. Okay. To anyone attempting to survive in Jacobs Cove, there is the Jacobs Company of any machine in town that could help you deal with Dr. Ned. It may need a new power coupling, but if you're able to repair the machine, you can gain access to its inventory, something which could help you survive. Remember, if it needs to be dead, it needs to be a Jacobs. These zombies need to be dead. Alright. So the power coupling is back in there. How long have we been going? 54 minutes. That is the... Oh, actually, that's... Okay, let's see what this is then. Because it does say that it's a part of Jacobs Cove and not the, I don't even remember what that place was called, but this might still just take us there. Oh no, power coupling. Nice. Okay, well, we'll do this quest, go turn in the brains one, and then call it done, apparently. I didn't even realize this vending machine wasn't working. Oh yeah, actually, yes, I did. I remember coming up here and looking at this.
Jacobs. Wood is where it's at.
Ah, level 40 though. I mean, that's good. Commando, Hunter, and Commando. I mean, it's nice that they're level 40. I mean, that's awesome that this machine is scaled like that, but unfortunately it's selling garbage, so... Okay. And then I think before I record the next part, I'll look up the quests that are in this DLC and see if we've actually done them all or not. Because if we have, and this is the end of it, great. If we haven't, though, I'd like to get them done before going to kill Ned. Although, whoops. Yeah, it just says lowered bridge. It doesn't say. I mean, it says that we're going after Dr. Ned, so theoretically we're going after Dr. Ned. But we all know that just because it says you're going after someone doesn't mean that's gonna be a quick thing. Alright, let's get in here. We'll go see TK, turn in this quest, get the other one for 250 zombie brains, which is the last one, I do believe. Man, I kind of wish that I had that killing an enemy increases your movement speed. It would kind of make it worth it just to like pop a zombie. Just like every so often, just as I pass them, shoot one so that I can zip by. I mean, it's not that worth with it, but all right. So many guys. Yeah, whatever you're saying. Always talking, but never saying nothing. Alright. Come on. Almost, we're on our way, TK. Don't worry, buddy. We got you. Keep feeding you zombie brains, which theoretically shouldn't sate your hunger, since they're dead brains, but you know. Whatever works, you don't seem to care. I'm also curious at what point zombies went from brains just to flesh, and why they were ever brains to begin with. Because, like, it doesn't really make sense that zombies are going after specifically your brain. Maybe because, like, they're mindless husks of a person. They need a brain. Like, they're after your brain because they don't have one or because theirs don't work or something. But another explosive artifact. I don't know. Anyway. So now he needs 250 brains. We probably won't get that doing the next quest, but it shouldn't take much to get it afterwards, so I won't really worry about it too much. So yeah, that'll be it for this part. Next part may or may not be the end of it, but may or may not be the end of this DLC anyway. And potentially I'll have the Underdome completed before the next part, but who knows. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time for more.